The Protector's Oath. Exceptional is the one who deems his life worthless without the stability of his word. I hold in high honor my life and the life of others. Therefore, I confirm that my life will hold no precedence above truth. My life will hold no precedence above justice. My life will hold no precedence above morale. My life will hold no precedence above humanity, because I am a protector. My life will hold no precedence over my stance against evil. The charm of evil will not fascinate me. The punishment of evil will not intimidate me. The deceit of evil will not trick me. The rewards of evil will not persuade me, because I am a protector. To inconvenience my day to aid the helpless is an honor. To jeopardize my safety to lift the fallen is a blessing. To risk my health to defend the mistreated is a reward. And to surrender my life to save another's is a privilege, because I am a protector. My life will not waste within the comforts of self-servitude. My heart will not deteriorate within the shelter of self-preservation. My morale will not hesitate at the presence of death. And precedence will be held over all else for that which I do, because I am a protector. It's really important that we all understand, if you are a protector, somebody who's out there in security, law enforcement, military, it is our job to defend and protect others. Now, this is the thing, sometimes you don't have to have a label to be a protector. I started being a protector when I was 7, 8 years old, when I stood up for the kid who was getting picked on by a bully. If you're the person who takes the time to help the lady go to the grocery store because the local gang members are harassing her, you are a protector. Being a protector, you don't need to be certified, you don't need to be approved by another human being to be a protector. As a matter of fact, there are some of the best protectors in the world, gave their life protecting others and have never been recognized as a protector. So you have to understand your position as a protector and respect what you are. It's a divine position. You know, where as protectors we're blessed by something above humanity, because what makes a protector's life so valuable, it makes that a protector so valuable, it makes you as a protector so valuable, is that you value someone else's life above yours. That means you truly understand the meaning of life. As we know, most people, they run around getting what they want. People brag about how many cars they got, how rich they are. You know, that's what sells now. You know, I can guarantee you the guy next door who's doing workshops on how you can get rich and get money and get a Lamborghini like him, he's going to have a way fuller studio than I will ever have, because that's what people want. They want to get things for themselves. So anytime you're a protector and it is anywhere in your bloodline to get something for others and to put someone before yourself, especially their life before yours, that makes you a divine being. That's something that cannot be replaced. That's something that honestly cannot be taught. This is something that has to be in your heart at birth. This is something you inherit from the heavens. So know that as a protector, that oath is written by me, and remember that oath. Remember those words when you go out there and you stand there to protect someone. Like I said, I don't care if it's in the gutter, protecting an innocent person, and there are no cameras around, there's nobody to reward you, there's not going to be anybody there to post this on the news, and you stand there and do what you have to do to help someone else. You know, or if you are out there and the TV cameras are there and you're a fireman or, you know, an EMT or a police officer or law enforcement, whatever it is you are, and you're going out there to put your life on the line so somebody else doesn't have to suffer or die, then remember this oath, read this oath, so that when you go, you will always be 100%. Marisa Moore from the Protector's Protocol book that I wrote. Now, as you can see, when I say the Protector's Oath, I spell here protectors, and everything as far as protectors is not single. You'll never see me put the apostrophe inside where it means one person. So I'm not speaking, when I say protectors, I'm speaking possessive to every protector, to us all, to anybody who's a protector out there. That's because there's a lot of us, and we bring honor to the name of the protector. So that's why you see that there. So always remember that. Okay, who are you? As a protector, your life shall be consumed by the command of duty. All that you do should be with sensible reason and honorable purpose, or you will adopt the habit to randomly execute idiotic acts that may bring you or someone else an untimely death. And behavior such as this is unbecoming of the protector. It is your duty not to think, desire, be motivated, or behave as the norm. You must never be intrigued by that which intrigues them. You must never be shocked by that which shocks them, comforted by that which comforts them, attracted to that which attracts them, frightened by that which frightens them, or soothed by that which soothes them, because then you will fail for that which they will fall for, and miss the moment to perform your duty of protecting them. And behavior such as this is unbecoming of the protector. It is your duty to express courage while terrified. It is your duty not to get angry when the one that you are facing is infuriated. It is your duty to reveal the wisdom of that which everyone else has labeled as stupid. It is your duty to remain humble when it is understandable for you to retaliate. It is your duty to only offer respect when rudeness seizes control of all mannerism. For any behavior besides that of your duty is unbecoming of the protector. It is your duty for those who you are a stranger to know that they can count on you in ways that you can never count on them. It is your duty for those who do know you to know that they can count on you in ways that they could never count on themselves. The weak knows to count on your strength to help them be strong. The strong knows to count on your strength to help them be stronger, because they know it is your duty to invoke feelings of security, comfort, safety, and even acceptance whenever you are present. And behavior contradictory to this is unbecoming of the protector. Your pride is smothered by kindness. Your ferociousness is ensnared by your calmness. Your courage is commanded by your righteousness, and your fearless, unstoppable rage heeds only to the calling of that which allows you to behave in a manner that is becoming of the protector. Because of who you are the protector. Procedures. I'm going to go over read about use of force. This is very, very important. You have to always keep your use of force in mind. Remember, there's video cameras everywhere. And if any time, I keep it really simple like this. This is what I tell everyone. If any time as a protector, you feel that you're about to do something and you're worried that a camera may be filming you, then you are probably about to do something wrong. That's plain and simple. If I'm doing my job and I'm doing my job correctly, if I work in a factory and I'm working on a machine and they got a camera looking at me and I'm doing a good job, I want to be seen. I want evidence, so when they go and go do the cuts and they go do and get rid of people, I can say, hey, check the cameras, look how good I was doing. What are you talking about? But if I'm cheating on the job and slipping and doing things I'm not supposed to do and maybe stealing some parts and stuff, then I'm going to be a little upset that there's a camera watching me. I shouldn't be upset about that when I'm doing my job. Now, I don't want a camera in my home. You know, we all want our own, privacy and things like that. But on the job, you just think of that whenever you're about to make a motion, especially when you start getting emotional and you start getting pissed or upset, all right, because somebody's acting like a jerk, and that can happen to us. That's when you think to yourself, if a camera's watching me, how do I want to be seen on YouTube tonight, on Facebook, or on Channel 2 News, so on Fox 2. So, use of force. As a protector, it is crucial that you have a clear understanding regarding the use of force. It is common knowledge that the application of force is inevitable when any person is positioned and labeled to provide protection for others. Use of force exists within crowd control, interviews, escorts, subduing, and even self-defense. And surprisingly to many, the attire and presentation of an officer or an agent can also be deemed as a use of force even in the court of law. So it means what I'm wearing can be a use of force. Like right now, what I'm wearing, this is a light use of force. All right, now, there's a big difference between the pants I have on. These are tactical pants that I'm wearing here. All right, you see them usually military wear them, so they present a little bit strong force that, man, maybe Jermaine came here to kick a little butt. All right, if I had on slacks, that'd be a less use of force. Now, if I had these pants on and they were tied tight at the bottom and I had some military jump boots on and I had a low-hanging pistol right here and a shotgun here and a dog there, that's a use of force. When I walk in, that's going to make you feel a certain way. So I'm causing your emotion to change because of my action. That's a force. So keep that in mind. That's how force works. Okay. Use of force, necessary force. Proper amount of force used to gain control of a subject or defend myself or another person from a subject. Extreme force, more force than was necessary to gain control of a subject or defend myself or another person from a subject. So going back to necessary force, you say proper amount of force used to gain control of a subject or defend myself or another person from a subject. It could be restraining. It could be, let's say, it could be verbal. Let's back it way up. It could be a look. Okay, let's back it up even further. It could be prevention. The way that I set the place up, that's going to control people. If I have all the entrances shut down except this one, and I'm standing right in front of the entrance at the bar as a bouncer, okay, that's a use of force, but I haven't even done anything yet. But it's the way that I prepared everything. So that's forcing everyone to have to come to me before they can enter this establishment, okay? So that's a force there. And verbal, hey, stop right now. Hey, get off of there. Hey, don't this and that. All right, that's a use of force. Me restraining someone, intervening between someone to stop them from fighting, and then of course self-defense, and then of course deadly force. But remember, whatever I use, it has to be the force that was necessary to stop this person, not more than that. So if this guy pulls a knife on me, right, and he stabs at me, and even gets a little cut here, and I smash him with an elbow, knee him in the groin, he drops to the ground, and he drops the knife, all right? Now I have the right to go into control force on him because he had a deadly weapon. I do not have the right to start stomping his brains in because he's not a threat to me anymore. So you have to remember, when you shut that threat down, then you have to stop your force, okay? Extreme force, more force than was necessary to gain control of a subject or defend myself or another person from a subject. Again, the person pulls a knife on me. They get a small cut across my chest. I smack with an elbow, knee him in the stomach, or knee him in the groin. The knife hits the ground. I kick the knife away, they fall to the ground. I start putting the boots to them. My other security team come over, they pull out the batons, they put the batons to them. And heck, let's go ahead and put a bullet in this leg too. That's extreme force. That's unnecessary, okay? I always say this, anytime you're being emotional and you're responding to your emotion, when we get emotional, when we get angry, when we get mad, we want to release that energy on somebody. We feel offended, we feel mad, we feel like somebody violated who we are. They disrespected us, whatever it is. We want to release that energy into them and show them what's up. Whatever you do physically at that moment is wrong. And you got to be careful verbally too. You see these videos flying all over the place where somebody's just sitting there like this and this police officer's cussing them out and going crazy and showing that they have no self-control. It is your job to show as a protector that you are a master of self-control. So, the use of force for the protector can be complex, confusing, and at times corrupted. If a protector uses too much or too little force, it ends very badly for him. That's real important to think about that. If you don't use enough force, you can get hurt, you can get killed. And then now they got your weapon and they're running around hurting other people. So you still have to be willing to push it too. You can't sit there and be a little punk. I know a lot of people want to say, I play a little game with everybody where I say, point your finger at me and you got a gun. And I want you to say, bang, and shoot me before I shoot you. And I put my hand here like this, and I say, okay, now I'm gonna raise my hand. I got a gun in my hand, and I go bang. And they can never get the bang off before I get mine off. And that's what's real with a gun. So you see, when somebody's got a gun, and I'm standing here with a gun, and those police officers say, drop that gun now, drop that gun now. And he turns, and they shoot him. And I say, why'd he shoot him? They didn't point the gun. It doesn't take anything. I'm like, bang, I'm gonna hit him in the groin, okay? No more intimate moments for him and his wife. Hit this female police officer who's gorgeous in her face, knock all her teeth out, break her jaw. Now she's disfigured. That's what they're facing every day. That's what you facing as a protector out there. So you have to be willing to make that move and know when you make it, because not enough force can sometimes be worse than too much force. So too much force can end his career, and not enough force can end his life. Many protectors have to balance themselves between these two life-threatening barriers daily, with one slip up having the power to destroy years of profession and dedication. Here are some pointers about use of force. Assure that you are properly licensed and legally allowed to use physical force against citizens before laying hands on another. Check with the state and city laws. Do not depend on the permission of venue owners or managers for this information if you are a doorman or venue security. Just remember, People who own nightclubs and bars and things like that, they are not state officials. You may have some state officials who own them, but that is being a bar owner or a business owner does not put you in a position of authority within the law. They cannot grant you permission to break the law. So you need to check with your state, check with your city, your law enforcement, your legal laws, your federal laws to make sure that whatever it is you are about to do, whatever force they expect you to use, that you can legally use it as a person, because you're going to go to jail and you're going to get sued. And worse than that, you're the one who's going to get retaliated on by somebody if you step outside the bounds of the law. Learn the use of force continuum issued by the head of the Department of Facility that works for you. Follow it best as you can. Now, use of force continuum, that's something that, you know, sometimes the head of your security can come up with and the owner of the facility can agree to. You know, make sure that the use of force continuum is within the bounds of what the law is going to allow you to use for with your security level authorization. Okay. Always know the answer to these two questions. How much force do I need to stop or subdue the subject? Can I use less force right now? Okay. Never react to emotions of anger or frustration. Your use of force will be incorrect. Now remember that. Okay, that doesn't mean when I say anger and frustration, I'm not talking about being, active and aggressive when you know that you're doing something correct. You know, when I train you all to control force, protective force, I say if you're going to do something, you go 100%. If I'm going to hit you with this nightstick, I'm going to hit you as hard as I can. And when I go to court, they're going to say, well, how hard did you hit him? I'm going to say, I hit him as hard as I could, because I needed to hit him at that moment to stop him from doing what he was doing. That's why I hit him with the nightstick. And the nightstick, I hit him as hard as I could because I had to use that power. I'm never going to just tap somebody with a nightstick. If that's the case, that means I shouldn't have hit him. I didn't need to hit him with a nightstick. So always remember that. Abusive use of force can lead to possible retaliation at a later date by the subject. Never think that you're invincible. That's one thing, you know, we got an old saying, badasses got it. And we say a real badass knows that there's other badasses and that his badass can be easily taken out by a badass. So don't ever think, and that's not saying you need to walk in fear. You don't ever walk in fear. You stay ready, but you be smart. Don't pick on people just because you got your group with you, your boys with you. Don't think that there are not people out there who will not come and sneak up on you later and make you pay for what you did. And sometimes they will make you pay with your life. So always hold and respect human life. Respect people. And I always say this, if you don't love people, if you're walking around and you don't really like people, when people come into your bar, your venue, you feel like this. When you pull up to the scene and you're a police officer, you feel like, this shit again, I hate these people, this is getting on my nerve. You're not a protector, all right? Get out of the business. As a protector, you should be concerned. You should be wanting to help. When you see people coming to your venue or whatever, you should be happy to see them. You should be happy to see this guy in his new suit, and he looks clean, and his hair has just got done. And this woman in her new dress, this lady coming out, she had the confidence to come out and enjoy herself. And everything you say and do at that moment could make a determination of what's going to happen with the rest of their life. So if you're not thinking like that, you're not being a protector. So let's get that going in those heads, everybody. All right.